Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. I did want to see how kind of the futures markets opened up tonight. It's a little quiet, and of course here's crude oil. And it's interesting being in Texas. There's a lot of people that are super shocked by this, and I've talked to a couple people that have pretty much said that essentially at this point, 28 more days of prices hovering around $60 or below, and they're going to start capping wells, at least here in Texas, and I'm assuming that's in some other places too. And there's two reasons for that. One, it's just not profitable. It actually costs money to bring oil up, at a certain price. But the second part is, it's like, you know what, the oil's in the ground, and the investors that do it, they're like, it'd be great to get the money now, but we can wait 10 years, and when it's back at $100 a barrel, then we get it out. So, it's kind of like money in the bank, call it a CD. So they just don't have any incentive to bring it out at some point. So it's interesting. Now, that has some people, they're fine. They've been doing this for a while and they're good to go. But a lot of leveraged people and companies that are in this will be completely screwed. So when that happens, this will just continue to go lower and lower and lower and kind of just continue wiping the people out that are leveraged. So it's a way to destroy leverage, and it's a way, of course, for the U.S. to destroy Russia, which is a big part of it. If we look at the stock market, I'm looking at oil because it's such a huge thing. You can see that the spiders had pretty big decline. And I think actually if we look at the diamonds, that was the biggest weekly decline of the entire year. I was going back here and looking at this, but you can see that, this was that week, and then this week was right here. So actual decline, this was actually the biggest decline of 2014 on a weekly basis. And definitely was a flush here. If we look at the futures tonight, you can see the Dow is up like 35 points. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. I think I was kind of looking at too, and we got the FOMC meeting. I think we're going to get maybe a light bounce, but we sell off into FOMC, and then after that, that's on Wednesday, and after that we rally. So that's what I'm looking at there. If we look at specific stocks, you can see there's a lot of distribution patterns in place on key stocks. Netflix, huge one here. This is kind of a huge, we had a really great pattern recognition class over the weekend. And if you guys, look at the tools and things that we're looking at here, this is a huge bearish position. I'm looking at Netflix to go to 287. And the same thing with Priceline. You've got a similar pattern here on Priceline, and looking for a Priceline to go back to 1014, and then of course Tesla. So even though there's some pockets of strength in the market, in addition to oil, there's a couple of big stocks here that are rocking and rolling to the downside. Now I do have a couple of longs that I like. I'll talk about those in the premium video. All right. So that's what I got. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.